It's going down for real.
So hey friends, today we are going to take a look and unbox the Nokia 3. This is a budget smartphone, so let's see what's written on the box at the back. So as you can see, it comes built in with the Nougat Android 7.0. It has an aluminium build and supports a fine display, 8 megapixel front and rear camera. That's a nice thing. The front camera is 8 megapixel and this is a budget friendly phone. And this phone costs just about 10,000 rupees, and if you want to buy this phone, the links are in the description, so do check it. And this is the VoLTE ready 4G phone, quad-core processor, 2GB RAM and 16GB internal storage, but you can expand that storage by using the micro SD card. So let's check what's inside the box now, what you get, the accessories in the phone. So let me remove the box. First thing, you get the phone. Let me keep it aside, we will check the accessories. Here, let's see, here you get all the instructions which no one reads, and your SIM ejector tools. That's quite important because I lose it each and every time, so let me keep it aside. And in this box, I think you get the accessories. Yeah, you get all the accessories like the charging cord, the simple charging cord, your traditional USB charger. You don't get the C type, and this is not a fast charger, but it's kind of a good charger. I don't think that's a fast charger. And let me see, you get, I think you get you get your headphones that are not in-ear type headphones, but kind of okay headphones for a budget smartphone. Right, so let me keep everything aside and we'll just switch on the phone. Yeah, so here we go. Let me remove it from the plastic packaging. Yeah. Ooh. So first thing first, let me just switch on this phone. Yeah. So till the time I set up this phone, you can look at the specs. So as you can see friends, I've just set it up this phone, and first thing out of the box, I can tell you this phone feels quite premium in your hand, and it is a robust phone because the thickness and all this feels quite good in your hand, and because of the fine display it feels quite good in your hand, and it has got some kind of a gold touch to it because of that aluminium back, and the matte black color it looks quite kind of dope. And let me give you an overview of this phone first. So on the right hand side you get the on and off switch, and on the top of that switch you get the volume up and down switch, and on the top of the phone you get your headphone jack, noise cancellation microphone, and on the left hand side you get your two SIM trays. Let me just open those SIM trays and show you. So one is a SIM tray which this phone supports a dual SIM tray, both is 4G SIM. Another is a micro SD card slot. You can install up to 128 gigabytes of a micro SD card inside this tray, so you can just expand that 16 GB of internal storage by using the SD card. And on the bottom you can see there is the speaker, your charging port, and your microphone. So this phone supports a fine display which is quite crisp, and it is a 720p display, and the viewing angles are quite okay. They're above average, I think so, not okay, also quite above average, and it's quite good. And you have touch capacitive buttons on it. You can, let me just show you, which are not actually big backlit. As a budget phone, I know you should not, but I expect something more from Nokia. You should get a backlit capacitive buttons, because at night it will be a problem for those people who are not used to it. So let's move to the settings, and let me show you the storage on this phone. and you get some of the basic sensors on it. Basic means you get all types of sensors, the gyroscope, the auto brightness sensor, you get all the sensors on it. Yeah, and let's check the storage. Out of that 16 GB, you get about I think so 9 GB, because I've installed some of my apps, which is about 1.15 GB of apps I've installed inside it. And you can see the system uses about 6 GB of the apps. Yeah, the system uses about the 6.13 GB, so you get about 9 GB of internal storage. And as we have seen on the box, we get a pre-installed Nougat inside this phone, and you get kind of a stock Android feel in it. You don't have any kind of bloatware. I've installed some of my apps just in the phone while I was setting up this phone. So let's look at the camera on this phone. As we all seen on the box, that the front camera is of 8 megapixel. That's quite good for the price, I think so, because nowadays people are quite mad for those selfies, and you need a great camera for that selfie. So this one is a nice camera, the 8 megapixel front camera, and you get the same 8 megapixel rear camera and f2.0, and you get a single LED flash at the back. So let's look at the camera. Let me grab something so I can show you some of the samples. So let me just click on autofocus. Yeah, there is, I think there is some kind of shutter lag onto this phone, but it's just minimal. You don't notice it, but okay. And HDR mode, I think so it takes a lot of time. So let me switch on the HDR. Yeah, it's on HDR mode now. Let me just zoom in. So as you can see, it takes some time more than the without HDR mode and the HDR mode. And you can see the samples. Let me just show you. The samples are quite okay. The rear camera is kind of average, I think so, for this kind of phone. Now let's check the front camera. I think that will be better than the rear camera. Yeah, it's kind of good. Yeah, the front camera is kind of good, because that 8 megapixel front camera, it's also got a f2.0, so that's nice. And friends, this is it, and this is the unboxing and review of the Nokia 3, and thank you for watching.